Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Wednesday. It's April the 27th, and certainly hope you had a good Tuesday. Hope you had a good night. Hope you're rested this morning. Hope and pray that you're ready to tackle this Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. It's always it's always an accomplishment to get at least halfway through the week. And anyway, this morning I want to share with you about what's the purpose of my struggle. I want you to think of the biggest conflict or problem that you're facing maybe right now. Without even knowing what it is. You can boil that problem down to two basic issues. First of all, will you obey God and do the right thing in this situation? And then secondly, will you trust God to take care of this situation? You see, the root of so many problems is really your struggle with God. You want to be in control. You want to be God. You want to be the master of your faith. You want to be in charge. You want to call all the shots. But you were never meant to be or do any of those things. And so God, He uses a crisis in your life to force the issue. Do you ever feel that dealing with your problems is kind of like a wrestling match? The objective of wrestling is to pin the opponent down and on the mat until they finally say, I give up, I surrender, you're in control. See, that's what God was doing in His wrestling match with Jacob in the Old Testament. You see, he was going to pin Jacob down until he surrendered and he gave up control. And at one point in their wrestling match, God, He wounded Jacob's hip. And this was an injury that was going to give him a lingering limp, the rest of his life. You see, Jacob was suddenly in a position of helplessness and in a situation where, he couldn't win. Now, even in the midst of maybe your whatever your no-win situation is, you see God is there. In fact, He often uses a crisis to, sometimes get your attention. That's what He does sometimes. You see, God whispers to you in your pleasure, but you see He shouts to you in your pain. The Bible tells us in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 30, sometimes it takes a painful experience to make us change our ways. You see, in other words, you don't change when you see the light. You change when you feel the heat. You see, God loves you He loves you the way you are. But you see, He loves you too much to let you stay that way. And when He makes you go through, a wrestling match, you see, He's making you into who you were meant to be, to be more like Jesus Christ. That's the person that we strive to be like. You see, He makes you weak so that you can learn to depend on Him for everything that you need. You rarely change until your pain becomes greater than your fear of change. If you're wrestling with God right now, something going on in your life and you're wrestling with God, just simply surrender to Him. Give up. Let Him take charge. You see, therein lies the only way forward on a path that's marked with spiritual growth and peace. I hope that encourages you this morning. I hope that whatever maybe you're wrestling over, maybe a situation in your life, circumstances, I hope that you'll just simply trust God with it. Allow Him to take charge of it, and He will bring you through it, and you'll be amazed at the results. You'll be amazed at what happens in your life, especially from that point forward. And anyway, hope that you have a great day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.